Alberta, about 70 million years ago. As a result of fluctuating sea levels, the climate showcases a variety of environments encompassing both offshore and nearshore marine habitats, as well as coastal areas like lagoons, estuaries, and tidal flats. There's many indicators that the presence of peat swamps. Currently it's winter and that means food is scarce, which is a problem for predator and prey alike. Albertosaurus, a carnivorous tyrannosaurid. The enormous skull of Albertosaurus, which rested on a robust, short, S-shaped neck, measured approximately 3.3 feet in length in the largest specimens. Broad openings in the skull allowed for muscle attachment points and sensory organs, which helped to lighten its overall structure. Its elongated jaws housed a total of 58 or more banana-shaped teeth on both sides. The premaxillary teeth located at the tip of the upper jaw, 4 on each side, were significantly smaller than the others, more densely arranged, and had a D-shaped cross-section. Similar to Tyrannosaurus Rex, the cheek teeth of Albertosaurus were shaped to withstand lateral forces from a struggling prey. However, the bite force of Albertosaurus was not as powerful, with the maximum force from the back teeth reaching 3,400 newtons. Above the eyes were short bony crests that may have been vividly colored during its life and possibly used, especially by males, in courtship displays to attract a partner. The name Albertosaurus is derived from Alberta, the Canadian province that was established in the same year the first fossils were discovered. Additionally, the generic name includes the Greek term sauros, which translates to lizard, a suffix frequently found in dinosaur names. Albertosaurus fossils have been found in North America, but specifically Colorado, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Speculations have arisen regarding the pack hunting behaviors of Albertosaurus. The leg proportions of the smaller specimens were similar to those of ornithomimids, which were likely among the swiftest dinosaurs. Younger Albertosaurus were probably just as quick or at least faster than their prey. Curry proposed that the younger members of the pack might have played a role in driving their prey towards the adults, who were larger and more powerful, yet also slower. Juveniles may have led different lifestyles compared to adults, occupying predator roles between the massive adults and the smaller contemporary theropods, the largest of which was significantly smaller than adult Albertosaurus in terms of mass. A comparable scenario can be seen in modern Komodo dragons, where hatchlings start their lives as small insectivores before maturing into the dominant predators on their islands. Nevertheless, since behavioral preservation in the fossil record is extremely rare, these theories cannot be easily verified. In 2010, Curry, while still supporting the hunting pack theory, acknowledged that the concentration could have been influenced by other factors, such as a gradually rising water level during a prolonged flood. Since its initial discovery in 1884, fossils from over 30 individuals have been unearthed, granting scientists a deeper understanding of Albertosaurus anatomy than is typically available for most other tyrannosaurids. The finding of 26 individuals at a single site indicates social behavior and facilitates research into ontogeny and population biology. Such studies are nearly impossible with lesser-known dinosaurs, as their remains are less common and more fragmented compared to those of Albertosaurus. Pachyrhinosaurus, a herbivorous ceratopsid. Size estimates for the largest species of Pachyrhinosaurus suggest lengths ranging from 19.7 to 26.2 feet and a weight between 3 to 4 tons, 3.3 to 4.4 tons. These dinosaurs were herbivores, equipped with robust cheek teeth designed for processing tough, fibrous vegetation. Rather than traditional horns, their skulls featured large, flattened bosses, a prominent one above the nose and a smaller counterpart above the eyes. A notable pair of horns emerged from the frill, extending upwards. Additionally, the skull displayed several smaller horns or ornamental features that varied among individuals and species. In Pachyrhinosaurus, the bosses over the nose and eyes nearly fused, separated only by a narrow groove. In contrast, another Pachyrhinosaurus specimen exhibited a wider gap between the two bosses. The frill also had two small, curved horns that pointed backward. Initially, Pachyrhinosaurus was believed to possess two unique, flattened horns that projected forward and downward from the frill's top edge. However, research in 2019 revealed that these had been misrepresented, and it actually had the same backward-pointing horns as its closely related species. The evolution of traits advantageous for sexual selection, including male competition, like prominent nasal bosses, took place when the dinosaur was about 73% the size of a fully grown adult. The exact age at which sexual maturity is reached remains unclear. Because there is an absence of noticeable growth banding, further detailed studies on the growth rates of Pachyrhinosaurus cannot be conducted. Pachyrhinosaurus fossils have been found in North America, but specifically Alberta, Alaska, and Northwest Territories. The term Pachyrhinosaurus translates to thick-nosed lizard, originating from the ancient Greek terms pachy, thick, rhino, nose, and sauros, lizard. This designation highlights the dinosaur's distinctive, flattened bony bosses on its skull, positioned above the nose and eyes, in contrast to the usual nasal horns seen in other ceratopsians. In the initial years of its development, Pachyrhinosaurus experiences a remarkable growth rate. By the time they reach 1 year old, they have already achieved 28% of their full adult size. At 2 years, they are nearly half the size of a fully grown adult. However, after this point, their growth rate significantly decreases, and they do not reach their maximum size until around the age of 20. Characteristics that are advantageous for sexual selection, including male competition features like prominent nasal bosses, begin to develop at about 9 years old. This likely aligns with the onset of sexual maturity. The Albertosaurs have identified their prey, the Pachyrhinosaurus herd. Although there is plenty to choose from, most of the herd can either outrun the Albertosaurs or present a significant challenge, posing an unnecessary risk. Therefore, they decide to pursue a frostbitten elderly Pachyrhinosaurus, as it is an easy target.